But speaking of somebody who who has attended North Carolina keg parties, I'm sure we have to talk about North Carolina's highest prospect in this year's draft, one Sir Omarion Hampton, right? And we
Oh
got to
yeah,
talk about his draft stock, bro, because experts have him first going in the first round, which is great. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him because think about it. He played 3 years in North Carolina. The man put up 1,500 in 2023, 1,600 in 2024, 15 touchdowns each season as a running back, especially in today's pass heavy game. He deserves to be first round material. Now, right now, according to Mel Kiper's big board that I saw today, they have him going 12th overall to the Cowboys. And I ain't gonna lie, for Hampton's sake, I don't want you to go to Dallas.
I don't because
I,
like for some reason
for that manager, for the
Dallas just
way
doesn't treat the running backs right.
they don't, they
They
don't
just
like. I would love if he, for his career and his development, I would love for him to either be taken higher than the 12th pick with Dallas, or I want Dallas to pass on him and he falls somewhere else. Because for some reason, Dallas does not know how to treat their running backs, and I would hate for him to go there and get misused and disregarded like he's not worth the money he puts up.
that part.
So
That part
it's like, with that being said, if he falls or if he goes up, who do you think is his best spot to go to?
for a running back.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, and the funny thing is, I'm looking at a mock draft right now. So mock draft I'm looking at. Let's see whose this one is. This one. So this is Ryan Wilson's mock draft, right? He
Mm-hmm.
has Omarion Hampton going second round to the Raiders.
Mm.
Personally, I don't think the Raiders is a good fit.
Mm.
Personally, but then again, they haven't. The Raiders just haven't picked great running backs the last couple of seasons. As much as I wanted to get behind Zamir White, because
Mm-hmm.
Zamir, like, Georgia product, good, like solid runner, strong runner.
Yeah.
I think they haven't gotten the potential they thought they were going to get out of him. I don't think they got the runner they thought they were going to get out of him. I can't fully blame him because the offensive line, rushing wise, isn't great.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like you really haven't got like because Alexander Madison didn't get nothing great out of there. Zamir White didn't get nothing great out of there. Josh Jacobs just had to be that guy
Josh
for a
Jacobs was
long.
that guy though. I when he was
Josh
there,
Jacobs
he was that guy.
that guy. So there was really nothing better for him to do than just be that guy. And then when he had that one slump year, it ended up putting him on the trade block. Now he's in Green Bay doing the same thing in Green Bay he was doing in Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
So like nothing really changed there. If I would say he the best spot for him, I would say it would be Houston. Ugh. Houston, Seattle. They don't need another running back going to Miami because Miami has ran through running backs at this point in
Okay.
life.
So you say Houston, Seattle.
San Francisco would be another good spot.
Mm, I wouldn't like him in San Francisco
I
because
mean,
right now
they already got rid of the last two guys they got.
no,
Both
but
of them
I'm
gone.
saying this. I'm saying this, and here's the reason why I don't want him to go to San Francisco.
Mm,
They have shown that their medical staff doesn't know how to treat their players because
fair.
so many of their players have been so injury prone over the last few years, from Christian to Debo to Kittle to Purdy to Mason. Like, bro, everybody and their
Fair.
mama be getting hurt over there, so I wouldn't want that for them.
That's
Now,
fair.
I'll say this, and in Mel Kiper's draft, the next running back isn't taken until the 41st pick by the Bears, right? Like he
Right.
has the Bears taking him. Rem- I spoke about this earlier because there's talks of there were talks early that Tyler Warren may have gone to the Panthers, but those talks changed, and now Tyler Warren's going to the Bears. I think, and this is also as a Panthers fan, if the Bears switch that up and go get Omarion Hampton before the Cowboys with the 10th overall pick,
Mm.
then Tyler Warren somehow falls to the second round, that opens up the door for the Panthers to trade up and get Tyler Warren from that 57 to that 41st, 42nd pick. But it also gets Omarion Hampton in a better situation. Do I think Chicago is the greatest situation? No. But overall, I think it's better than Dallas. I think it's safety wise and just treatment medical wise, I think it's better than San Francisco. Now, if I had an ideal team that he could really thrive in
Mm.
and he could really do his thing, one, I think he would be phenomenal. And I don't know off the top of my head what their running back situation is, but Buffalo would be a good spot for him, I think.
Uh, they're pretty locked in running back wise because they still got James Cook.
Okay, so they do.
They
I
still
know.
got James cooking.
Okay,
Not
they
even trying
still.
to be funny on it, but and then they got Johnson behind him who's been solid. And I think they still have Frank Gore Jr. over there too.
Okay, then nah. Then take
They're still
Buffalo
good.
out.
So another team that I should have thought of but didn't because the previous one I saw had Ashton Genty going to them is Denver.
Denver could work. Denver
I think
could
Denver will probably be the perfect spot because Javonte Williams is no longer there. He's in Dallas now.
actually, I got another one off the top of my head. If because they took a receiver last year, a
Mhm.
young receiver, and he's a sophomore, if they're really trying to rebuild the core and then they end up getting rid of their vet QB, Arizona.
Yeah, I thought of Arizona
And
too.
if that's the one like because you got Marvin Harrison Jr., you take Omarion Hampton, Kyler Murray. Listen, bro, I respect you, love you, but not gonna lie, your days are getting numbered out in Arizona. Like your days are getting numbered out there. So because of that, it makes sense to draft Omarion Hampton and then just be like, all right, we're gonna give this a shot one more time and then blow it up. But at least then Omarion Hampton's paired with Marvin Harrison Jr. and that's a great 1-2 punch to have for your running game and your passing game, in my opinion.
Yeah,
In my opinion,
See what Bucky Brooks is saying.
what Bucky say about him?
So Bucky, got Ashton Genty going to the Raiders. A lot of people have Ashton Genty going to the Raiders. He also has Amarian Hampton going number 10 to the Bears.
Oh, so like I
I,
said,
yeah, I don't think the Bears is the bad option, especially with all the offensive linemen they've added. Because especially with adding Drew Dahlman.
yeah.
And me, like I said, me being a Falcons fan, Drew Dahlman actually is one of the higher rated run blocking centers in the league.
So it would make sense. Like I
Like
said,
pass wise, he's a little iffy, but run blocking wise, he's solid.
plus if you were really behind your quarterback, Caleb,
Mm.
if you're really behind
Yeah,
if they're really behind him the way they are, giving him a great runner in Omarion Hampton helps solidify that. It
it
takes the
really does
pressure off him.
because one, like I'm not gonna say Swift had a terrible season, but DeAndre Swift hasn't looked
He's
like
not the
people
old
thought he
DeAndre
was.
Swift. He's not the old DeAndre.
He's not Detroit Lions DeAndre Swift.
Right.
And that has been honestly the most annoying thing that I've seen in a while. But
It's
it's
the
not
truth.
exactly his it's not entirely his fault, but there's a lot of stuff that he could have done better, especially in the other two teams, especially in Chicago.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, like the line you have is terrible. Not even gonna sugarcoat it. The line was awful. O line was the biggest liability on
But
that
back
team.
to
And it has been for the
Omarion,
last several
he
years.
he would thrive in Chicago.
I think he would, especially with him being able to receive out of the backfield like he does, being the downhill runner that he is, and being even for downhill, the fact that he can get from stop to start as quick as he does is a major bonus for him by itself.
The only
Because
question I have
that's
with
an
him,
easy dump. That's an easy like quick dump situation for
mhm,
Caleb. That's a great safety valve for him. especially for a receiver that can move like he moves.
The only thing I would have is just injury wise, because he may potentially be used a lot, so high usage. How
Yeah,
might he be injured or not? And then we know Soldier Field ain't great.
it ain't.
Soldier Field is
It needs some upgrades
horrible.
for sure.
So, Omarion, I'd love to see you go anywhere but Dallas, bro.
Yeah,
Any,
it'd be
anywhere but Dallas.
anywhere but Dallas.
Anywhere but Dallas. I think you'll be better off. I genuinely think you'll be better off anywhere but
I
Dallas.
think yeah, because especially as long as you're with a team that is willing to use a running back, heck, even seeing them to Cincinnati, because Cincinnati needs a starting running back.
You know what? That could work. Even though their
Cincinnati,
line is like, but Omarion going to Cincinnati would be a great addition for them,
oh yeah,
especially because it's a cheap option to complement Joe Burrow.
oh yeah,
But
definitely. But
but
him, Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow.
it'd be nice.